So we're dealing with a dummy grabbing you and holding you like this and pulling you back. You know, they say dummy because I wouldn't do that. But anyway, as he does, I'll take it from this angle. I'm going to pin with the right hand to his left arm. And as I do that, I pull back and I go back and I'm being forced back. I'm going to actually do a weighted straight check to the outside of his left arm. Mind you, I'm also protecting myself above the elbow, not below it, so I don't get hit in the grill with it. You know what I mean? So make sure you keep it up here. As I do so, I'm going to execute a right horizontal elbow to his left kidney. From this point, it's taught that you pin check with the right and you do it again into the other side of his body, which is to his rib. But I like to diversify my strikes. So, from this point here, I'm going to weigh the straight check. I'm going to do the elbow to his left kidney, then pin his arm down, pop, elbow to his face, cross right out. 1, 2. Alright, watch it again. Another thing is, I can use a little bit of jiu-jitsu right there, because now I have a lock, not only because of the pin, but my arm, my neck resting on his wrist, and of course my shoulder turning creates a little bit of a tweak on an arm to control it. So 1, elbow, 2, check, bam! There goes the face, and bada bing. In full speed. Snapping twig. It's against a straight left push right to the center of my chest. More likely what's going to happen, like I keep talking about, he's going to clock me with the right hand. Okay? So I need to control this hand and control that shoulder so he doesn't clock me with it. So I pin at the left, I step back, and I hyperextend and break with my heel palm. From here I hook and I crane over the top right above his elbow. I'm going to use a frictional pull all the way down to his wrist, clear that past my ribs, and pull him into a left thrusting chop to his neck. Bang! Right from here, it's pretty mathematic. Right from the right hand. Bang! Hammer fist. And I just collapse that hand right into an elbow sandwiched into his face. And I cross out. So I step back, pin, break. 1, hook, track. 2, chop him in his neck, hammer fist his face, and sandwich. Now we're dealing with the guy coming through with the right punch, and we're learning how to slip out of the way, of course, and buckle the guy. That's the main thing. As he comes with the parry, I'm going to step the 1030 with a left inward parry and do a right middle knuckle rake to his floating ribs. I would prefer a nice hook punch to his ribs, but then again, we're trying to stick with the material here. So as I do the middle knuckle rake, I'm going to let it rip, and of course, rip right through and fold over my body. My right leg automatically, just for a moment, is going to get into a one-leg position so I can buckle his right leg. As he lands, I'm going to hold him with the left. I'm going to back knuckle to his left kidney, because it spins him to his left, and then do a nice elbow behind his 12 vertebrae. Nice sandwich if I want to hit the face, and cross out. 1, 2. Mind again that I'm always using that knee as an angle of disturbance, consistent angle of disturbance, okay, angle of cancellation. Again, so I slip, get my head out of the way, bam, hook, glance through. Positional check, hold if I have to, buckle, back knuckle right to the left side of his kidney, elbow, cross out, 1, 2. Deep in the crane. Swinging pendulum's next technique is a right step through roundhouse kick. Okay, and it's not going to matter if it's going to my groin, to my ribs, or to my face, because I'm going to use a universal block, which is an inner block with my right and a downward block with my left to cover all of my bases. Okay, here's how I'm going to start. He shoots a right roundhouse kick. I'm going to get off angle. Okay, from this point, you know, I'm going to try this side. Do a couple different angles. I'm going to off angle, get around him. And his kick, I don't care where it lands. He goes low, he goes high. He's a taekwondo dude, he doubles it up. It don't matter, because this is a positional block, okay? It's not a striking block. I'm not going to reach out and strike his leg. He's going to break my arms in half. What I do is I move up the circle and get away from the apex. As soon as that kick hits apex, it just starts to disintegrate, okay? So I get out of the way, and then I shuffle in and hammer fist his groin. Okay, so then again, he shoots the kick, I'm out of the way, I shuffle in, boom, I'm up the clock again, and I elbow. There's my cross out. Okay, so it's a little bit, you have the universal block, you got obscure wing from your other belts. So I go 1,
boom, shuffle in, 2, up the clock, 3. Why up the clock? I want to get a better angle of execution for my elbow, and just in case you just try to clock with the right hand, bang, I get out of the way, boom, elbow, and I cross out. Let's do it at street speed.
So now, we got another bear hug technique for you. This is called crushing hammer. Crushing hammer against a rear bear hug, arms are pinned this time. Just like in capture twigs where we actually step aside, but what happens is we don't have time to be actually stepping on his foot. So what we're going to do is, as I pin, I'm going to hammer the hip groin and then I'm going to grab it. Okay? From this point, I'm going to cat around as I pull him in, continuing to pull up on his groin, create an angle disturbance to get his hands down there to grab. From that point here, what I'm going to do, bam! I'm going to elbow right to his jaw, and as I lean at a 45, facing 430, pop, I'm going to heel pop right to his bladder, just to push him off. It's not a power technique. I'm not going to, a Hadouken's not going to come out, or fireball, but it helps. From this point, I'm going to cross out, bada bing, and I'm going to have a great day. I'll do it again. Crushing, hammer, boom, grab, bam, boom, get him off, and forward. Make sure you pivot into that forward goal to create that torque and forward body movement behind your bracing angle. Captured leaves. Captured leaves.
Next technique is captured leaves. Okay, again, we're up against the jiu-jitsu master, maybe he's a bouncer. Grabbing my fingers, trying to break my fingers, a finger lock. Okay? And how I'm going to take it is, this guy's going to be a little bit more behind me. Maybe he's going to try to escort me out of the place. So I'm going to go with it. My left hand is grabbing my right hand, flexing my fingers backwards. My left hand starts at my elbow, I track, contour down my arm, and as I extend my left hand and get out. What I don't do is pull my fingers back, because they get broken. Don't try to pull them out, you can get snapped. Extend, make him go forward too, okay? You don't want him down here, you want to actually raise your arm and push him forward. Now I'm out, okay? From here I spin, boom, left back elbow, right back elbow, and I'm out. Try again, I'm going to go from this side. He grabs, I extend, boom. See, I already got out. That's how good I am. He grabs it again. I step, escape, push, spin. 1, 2, and out. See speed. Squat, heel there.
Alright, so now I'm dealing with another club technique. We had Tech in the Storm, right? Yellow belt, taught you how to deal with it on the inside. Now we got Evade in the Storm, teaching you how to deal on the outside. Same principles, divert, seize, control, and disarm is what we're constantly doing when we're working with a weapon. Doesn't always work in that order, but again, that's why we're trying to at least establish a good basic foundation in our technique. As he comes over, I'm going to step to 9, do a left inward parry, and do a right outward extended block, hopefully have him extending the elbow, getting the weight out of this stick. I don't want the stick to touch me, okay? I've seen guys do this thing and then bam, they're trying to block here, believe me. I mean, you're going to get a broken arm really quickly before you even know you're not even going to finish the technique, okay? So the best thing is, don't be there. 1, 2, check. From this point, bam, I'm going to right hook kick right to his rib, and I'm going to plant down on his knee to control it, creating angle disturbance on his height as I control his right wrist. From this point, I'm going to punch to his kidneys, the left uppercut, positional check, again, as I'm doing a cross-Italian kind of technique lock. Left knee to his right thigh, twist with the left leg through it, right knee to his ribs, disarm and cross out 1, 2. Evading the storm. Okay, so 1, bam, check, hit, lock down, knee, plant. Notice I keep perpetual control of this lock the whole time. Ribs, release, still what? Contact release with my positional check, cross out. Evading the storm in full speed.
Charging rams against a front tackle. Okay? I see a lot of guys doing this technique against a double leg. This technique is against a front tackle. That's all I'm going to say about that. When the guy tackles in towards me, we're going to say his hands are close. If they're way out here, we're going to do a different technique later on. What we're saying is hands lead his head. That allows me to get out of the way with my back foot. I'm going to start in the right neutral bow. Out of the way, using my left hand to check and clear. You step out, he's going to go through the window. It's beautiful. As I check with the left hand, as I get out of the way, I'm now in a right forward bow. My right hand's chambered up to my ear. I'm going to do a downward hand sword right to the back of his neck. Bam! Okay? From here, there's a lot of different ways it's done. I'll show you the way I like to do it. I'm going to cat back. I'm going to do an instep kick to his sternum. Okay? If his head is still down, I'm going to ball kick his jaw. If his head pops up from this kick, I'm going to roundhouse kick his face and cross out. Or his sternum. It doesn't matter. Just kick something soft. As he comes through, I'm out. 1, I clear with my left hand. Hand comes up. 2, wham, go right down the back of his neck. Kick, 1 and 2, bam, and I cross out. As for his speed.